Our objectives in this lesson are the following. Represent the absolute value of a number on a number line as a distance of a number from 0 and perform fundamental operations on integers. Let's have a quick activity. Answer the following questions. Number 1, what is your height? Maybe 5 feet 2 inches tall. Number 2, how far is your house from your school? It could be 3 kilometers away. Number 3, what is the recommended social distance to prevent the spread of COVID-19? At least 1 meter. All these answers here refer to a distance. And notice that it is all positive because distance is always positive. Absolute value of a number denoted by this symbol is the distance of a given number on the number line from 0. Let us draw our number line. Let's have the first example. What is the absolute value of 5? Let us locate 5 in our number line. It's here. And we want to determine the distance from 0 to 5. So let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 5 units from 0 to 5. So the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. Number 2, how about the absolute value of negative 5? Let us locate negative 5 in our number line. And we want to determine the distance from 0 to negative 5. So let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from 0 to negative 5 is 5 units. Therefore, the absolute value of negative 5 is also equal to positive 5. Number 3, the absolute value of 5 plus the absolute value of negative 5. This time, we want to know the distance from negative 5 up to positive 5. We already know the answer for these two. The absolute value of 5 is 5 and the absolute value of negative 5 is also 5. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. So from negative 5 to positive 5 is 10 units. Another one, the negative of absolute value of 5. Again, the absolute value of 5 is 5. Since we have a negative here, then we just copy it here. So it would be negative 5. When a negative sign appears before the absolute value symbol, this means you are taking the inverse or opposite of the absolute value, thus leading to a negative number. Another one, negative of the absolute value of negative 5. So again, the absolute value of negative 5 is 5, and we have here a negative sign. Let's copy it here. So the answer is also negative 5. Let's have an activity. What's my absolute value? So what is the absolute value of 0? What is the distance of 0 from 0? Definitely, it is 0. What is the absolute value of negative 20? The distance from 0 to negative 20 is 20. What is the absolute value of negative 8 plus the absolute value of 13? The absolute value of negative 8 is 8 and the absolute value of 13 is also 13. 8 plus 13 is equal to 21. What is the absolute value of this point here? That is from 0 up to negative 18. The absolute value of this is positive 18. How about this one here? From 0 to positive 10 is 10 units, so the absolute value of this point here is positive 10. Another activity, absolutely. Write the absolute value that represents the following situations. Number 1, Jonah earns a profit of 250 pesos. Earn, that means positive. So the absolute value of 250, and that is equal to 250. Number 2, Rexon gained 2 kilograms. Gain is also positive. So this is the absolute value of 2, and that is also equal to 2. Number 3, Din is 500 feet below sea level. Below, that would be negative. So this is the absolute value of negative 500. And the absolute value of this is positive 500. Number 4, Walter deposited 5,000 pesos. Deposited is positive, so this is the absolute value of 5,000 and it is equal to positive 5,000. Number 5, Mara is at top of Mount Everest, which is 29,032 feet above sea level. Above sea level is positive, so this will be the absolute value of 29,032. And this is equal to positive 29,032. Let us talk about integers. Integers are set of numbers with no decimal or fractional part. It could be positive or negative, and the set containing the single number 0. So let us draw a circle here, and let us label this as n for natural numbers. Let us draw another circle, and let us label this as w for whole numbers. And another circle, let us label this as I for integers. Natural numbers are also called counting numbers. So these are positive numbers like 1, 2, 50, 95, or 10,000. Whole numbers is a set containing natural numbers and a single number 0. And integers is a set containing the whole numbers and negative numbers. Example, negative 1 or negative 27. So integers again is a set of negative numbers, the set of natural numbers, and a set containing a single number 0. A number is either positive or negative. The symbol for positive is the plus sign and the symbol for negative is the minus sign. However, when we write a positive number, we do not write the plus sign in front of the number, just the number itself. We only do that for negative numbers. For example, negative 50. We write the negative symbol in front of the number. Rules in addition and subtraction of integers. Given two numbers with the same sign, add them, then copy their sign. Number 1, 5 plus 3. 5 is positive, 3 is also positive, so we simply add them. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Since both of them are positive, then the sign of our answer is also positive. Number 2, negative 5 minus 3. 5 is negative, 3 is also negative. So we simply add again 5 and 3 and that would be 8. Since both of them are negative, then the sign of our answer is also negative. Number 3, 25 plus 35. Both of them are positive, so let us add, that would be 60. And the sign of our answer is also positive. Number 4, negative 25 minus 35. Both of them are negative. We simply add the numbers and that is 60 and copy their sign which is negative. If you are given two numbers with different signs, subtract the smaller from the larger, then copy the sign of the number with greater absolute value. Number 1, 5 minus 3. The sign of 5 is positive. The sign of 3 is negative. So we subtract 3 from 5. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. The sign of the answer depends on the number with greater absolute value. The absolute value of 5 is 5 and the absolute value of 3 is 3. So the greater absolute value is 5 and the sign of 5 is positive, so our answer is positive. Number 2, negative 5 plus 3. 3 is less than 5, so again we subtract 3 from 5 and that would be 2. For the sign of our answer, we're going to look for the number with greater absolute value. The absolute value of 5 is 5 and the absolute value of 3 is 3. So 5 is greater than 3 and the sign of 5 here is negative, so our answer will be negative 2. Number 3, 25 minus 35. 25 is less than 35. So we subtract 25 from 35, and that is equal to 10. The absolute value of 25 is 25. The absolute value of 35 is 35. Since the absolute value of 35 is greater than 25 and the sign of 35 here is negative, then our answer is also negative. Number 4, negative 25 plus 35. 25 is less than 35, so again we subtract 25 from 35. And 35 minus 25 is equal to 10. Now for the sign, since the absolute value of 35 is greater than the absolute value of 25, and the sign of 35 is positive, then our answer should also be positive. By the way, just a review, the numbers that we add in addition are what we call addends, and the answer is sum. For subtraction, the first number is minuend, the second number is subtrahend, and the answer is difference. This time, let us multiply. Here are the rules in multiplication. When you multiply two positive numbers, the product is positive. When you multiply numbers with different signs such as positive times negative or negative times positive, the product is negative. When you multiply two negative numbers, the product is positive. For you to easily remember, when you multiply numbers with the same signs, let us say both are positive or both are negative, then the product is positive. But when you multiply numbers of different signs, let us say positive and negative, or negative and positive, then the product is negative. Let's have an example. 5 times 3, when you see a parenthesis, that is a symbol for multiplication. So both are positive, so we are expecting a positive product. And 5 times 3 is 15, so the answer is positive 15. Number 2, negative 5 times negative 3, another symbol for multiplication. Both numbers are negative, so we are expecting a positive product. Again, 5 times 3 is 15, so the answer here is positive 15. Number 3, 5 times negative 3. 5 is positive, 3 is negative, so positive times negative, different signs will give us a negative product. Again, 5 times 3 is 15. Positive times negative is negative. So, negative 15. Number 4, negative 5 times 3. Other uses this symbol for multiplication. One negative, one positive. So, the answer is negative. Negative 15. Number 5, negative 5 times negative 3. Both are negative, so we are expecting a positive answer. This is positive 15. Number 6, 25 times 35. This is another symbol for multiplication. Both numbers are positive, so our answer is a positive product. And this will give us 875. Last one, negative 25 times negative 35. Both numbers are negative, so we are expecting a positive product. This is positive 875. By the way, just a review, the numbers that we multiply are what we call factors, and the answer is product. This time, let us divide. The rules in division is the same as the rules in multiplication. When you divide numbers that are both positive, then the quotient is also positive. When you divide numbers of different signs, then the quotient is negative. When you divide numbers that are both negative, then the quotient is positive. For you to easily remember, when you divide numbers having the same signs, then the quotient is positive. When you divide numbers having different signs, then the quotient is negative. Number 1, 51 divided by 3. Both are positive, so the quotient is also positive. 51 divided by 3 is 17, so this is positive 17. Number 2, 51 divided by negative 3. This is another symbol for division. One positive, one negative, so the answer here must be negative. So this is negative 17. Number 3, negative 51 divided by 3. Another symbol for division is the fraction bar. So negative divided by positive, different signs will give us a negative quotient. Number 4, negative 51 divided by negative 3. So this is another symbol for division. Both numbers are negative, so we are expecting a positive quotient. So this will be positive 17. By the way, just a review, the first number here is what we call the dividend, and the second number is the divisor, and the answer is what we call the quotient. Same thing here, dividend, divisor, quotient. Dividend, divisor, quotient. But in here, this is the dividend, divisor, and then quotient. Try this. Fill in the boxes. So we're going to determine the numbers that should be written here in these boxes. Number 1, we have here negative 8 equals negative 4 times the box. To solve for the value inside the box, simply divide negative 8 by negative 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Negative divided by negative, same signs, is equal to positive 2. So the answer here is 2. Let us check. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Number 2, the box times 30 is equal to 0. Since any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0, then the answer here is 0. By the way, 0 does not have a sign. It's neither positive nor negative. 0 times 30 is equal to 0. This is correct. Number 3, the box divided by negative 5 is equal to 20. To solve for this, simply multiply negative 5 to 20. 5 times 20 is 100. Negative times positive is negative. So the answer here is negative 100. Let us check. Negative 100 divided by negative 5. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Negative divided by negative. Both signs are negative, so the quotient is positive. Number 4, the box minus 10 is equal to 50. To solve for this, simply move negative 10 to the other side. And when you pass over the equal sign, the sign changes. So this will become 50 plus 10. And this is equal to 60. So 60 minus 10 is equal to 50. Check. Number 5, negative 15 plus the box is equal to 50. So again, simply move the negative 15 to the other side. It will become positive. 50 plus 15 is equal to 65. Let us check. Negative 15 plus 65. 15 is less than 65. So let us subtract 15 from 65. 65 minus 15 is 50. Since 65 is greater than 15 and the sign of 65 is positive, so our answer is positive. Last one, 30 divided by the box is equal to negative 15. To solve for this, simply divide 30 by negative 15. 30 divided by 15 is 2. Positive divided by negative, different signs, is equal to a negative quotient. So this is negative 2. Let us check. 30 divided by negative 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Positive divided by negative is negative. Extra challenge. Number 1. Levi gets into the elevator on the 4th floor in the mall. He went down to the food court on the 1st floor. Then, after eating, he went 5 floors up for the gadget store. At what floor is he now? So in the mall, Levi gets into the elevator on the 4th floor. And then he go down to the food court on the 1st floor. After eating, he went 5 floors up. So what floor is he now? So from the 1st floor going up by 5 floors, then he is now at the 6th floor. Number 2, after shopping last 99, Mariol found out that she had now 1,065 left on her e-wallet. If she spent 3,250 pesos in e-shopping, how much was her initial money? So we simply have to add 1,065 to 3,015. And that will give us 4,280 pesos. Number 3, Timothy bought 900 square meter of land that he plans to divide into his 3 sons. What will be the share of each child? So we simply have to divide 900 by 3. And 900 divided by 3 is equal to 300 square meters. Both are positive, so we are expecting a positive quotient. Number 4, Laika is a bookworm. She reads novels thrice as much as Grace. If Grace can finish 3 novels in a week, how much of novels does Laika reads in a week? So we simply have multiply 3 novels by 3 times because thrice as much. And 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So 9 novels. Both are positive, so we are expecting a positive product. Here are some of the quick tips from this lesson. The absolute value of a number denoted by this symbol is the distance of a given number on the number line from 0. Distance is always positive. Adding two same numbers with different sign is 0. Example, -10 plus 10 is equal to 0. When the signs are different, subtract the numbers and copy the sign of the number with greater absolute value. An even number of negative factors will yield to a positive product. I'll give an example of this later. When two numbers with the same signs are multiplied or divided, the answer is positive. Now, it is time to check your understanding. Pause this video for more time. Let us answer. Perform the indicated operations. Number 1, 0 minus -10. So two consecutive negative signs will become positive. So 0 plus 10 is equal to positive 10. Number 2, -3 plus -7 minus 5. We have two different consecutive signs here. So this will just become negative. So -3 minus 7 is -10. Minus 5 is -15. 4 times -2 times -1 times 10. Here's what I'm talking earlier. An even number of negative factors will give you a positive product. Let us count how many negative numbers do we have here. 1, 2. And 2 is an even number. So we are expecting a positive product. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. And 8 times 10 is 80. The answer is positive 80. Number 4, 0 divided by -6 plus 3. 0 divided by any number is still 0. And 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. Number 5, -2 plus 30 plus -8. So we have here two different consecutive signs. So this will just become negative. So this will be -2 plus 30, that is 28, minus 8, that is positive 20. Number 6, -11 plus 12 minus 1. So we will just remove the parentheses here. -11 plus 12 is positive 1. Minus 1 is equal to 0. Number 7, quantity 45 minus 50 times 2 plus 10 all over 10. Remember to perform first the operation inside the parentheses. So 45 minus 50 is -5. -5 times 2 is -10. -10 plus 10. So two numbers of different signs when added will give you 0. So 0 for the numerator divided by 10 is equal to 0. Number 8, -8 minus 8 plus 8 all over 8. -8 minus 8 is -16. -16 plus 8 is -8. So -8 divided by 8 is equal to -1. Gets? Our next lesson is properties of operations on the set of integers.